Howdy folks, Mr. Durney on a Journey is back for a part 2 video at the Amberjack Environmental Park. So, I figured since I was walking along this little patch of trails here, I just figured since, we see a separate type of habitat from what my last video was, we're actually now seeing an excellent example of a scrub hammock, which, as I've mentioned before, really marks that transition between, scrublands, which has like no trees, only scrubs, and other shrubs. I know, scrub, shrub, they all basically describe the same thing. But it marks the transition between that and a hardwood hammock. Now, with hardwood hammocks, you won't find as many shrubs. So, essentially, what we are seeing is sort of a combination of both, in a sense. Now, one of the most common shrubs that you'll see in a scrub hammock include the Saw Palmettos. Now, they are indeed a native shrub to Florida, and actually, as part of its name, Saw Palmetto, if you actually feel along the tips here of their leaves, they feel a bit sharp. But then, also, to further note, when you touch along the edge of the stem, I hope you guys can see it, but along the edge of the stem, they have like these sharp little needles too. That's really how it gets its name. And it has that distinguishing feature at the petiole, which has a bit of a rectangular shape associated. But then, palmetto is derived from Spanish, basically meaning little palm. Sort of like a miniature version of a sable palm, but rest assured, those are two separate types of palms, even though they look similar. I hope you guys aren't getting too confused on that, but it's the truth. Now, usually, saw palmettos, they tend to thrive in open sun and even partial shade, as you can see. This isn't a completely shaded area. There is a little bit of patched sunlight passing through here. So, with that being said, saw palmetto has actually been believed to provide a couple of different medicinal benefits. However, as many internet sources claim that they could help with women's health, men's health, I mean, some of it's true, some of it is simply added just to convince more people to try stuff from the saw palmetto. But it has been indeed proven to be effective because of the Seminoles' use of it. It has helped with coughs, fevers, and even colds, the extract. And it's also been found to have helped with enlarged prostates, especially in men. And usually a common symptom of when men have an enlarged prostate is there's frequent urination. Now, when it comes to that part, the effectiveness is still kind of in question, but that's what's been noted. So, oftentimes, the saw palmetto produces an intricate flower, too, that's actually very pretty to look at, by the way. It's sort of like it's like a white flower that has white petals. Yeah, white petals, I shouldn't say flower. Flower is a whole assembly. But the thing is, though, with the saw palmetto that's interesting is most of us think, okay, since they're producing these complex flowers each year, that means there must be a fruit. Well, you would be partially correct. What's actually fascinating about the Saw Palmetto is the fact that it's kind of hit or miss. Some years, it'll just produce the flowers with no fruit. And then some years, you'll get really lucky and you'll see both. So yeah, in terms of why it really does that, I guess we really don't know. Honestly, I mean, that's the thing about science. We can't claim that we know everything. We always have to be open for new discoveries and trying to understand. It's always about continued learning. You want to avoid making that mistake, believing that you have obtained all the knowledge that you need about a particular topic, and that is not true. Yeah, the Saw Palmetto is one of the most abundant shrubs in Florida, and practically just about at any preserve, you were bound and determined to find one. Now, they're also a great means of acting as sort of a shelter for our wildlife, great hiding spots, and we've also had very great use of it to make brooms and other household wear, as well as even using it for shelter too, just because of how durable the leaves are. Indeed. So yeah, I just figured, with it being Saturday, starts with an S, give some love to the Saw Palmetto. Yeah, this is a good park to check out, you guys, by the way. This is actually my first time checking out this portion of the park, but it's not my first time visiting Amberjack. It's alright, you guys. I hope you all learned something of value regarding the Saw Palmetto in this video, and I hope you all are enjoying your weekend. I'm sure a lot of you are going to be watching college football tonight, so that's a new thing every Saturday. Alright, you guys, take care, and Journey on a Journey is outwards. Take care, folks. See ya.